is up, guys? EJ here, back with another video, and today it's going to be my Blu-ray DVD collection for 2020 and drama part 1. So let's get into it. Actually starts over here. Up first we have 12 Angry Men from 1957, fantastic movie with Henry Fonda and George C. Scott, one of my favorite Sidney Lumet films. Also have that on Criterion. Then moving on down, we have 12 Years a Slave, Oscar-winning film from 2013 with Chiwetel Ejiofor and Michael Fassbender, Benedict Cumberbatch, wonderful movie. Up next, we have 21 Grams from 2003. Yeah, really good film with Sean Penn and Benicio del Toro, Naomi Watts. Up next, we have 25th Hour, Spike Lee's film from 2002 with Edward Norton. Barry Pepper, wonderful in this film, especially. Yeah, I really enjoy that movie. Up next, we have Absence of Malice from 1981 with Paul Newman and Sally Field. Up next, we have Adaptation, a fantastic film from 2002 with Nicolas Cage, Meryl Streep, and Chris Cooper. Great script by Charlie Kaufman. Up next, we have Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore from 1974 with Ellen Burstyn and Chris Christopherson. Up next, we have All About Eve from 1950, absolute classic film I watched during my 24-hour movie marathon last month. Betty Davis, Ann Baxter, George Sanders, Celeste Holm, just fantastic. Up next, we have the original All the King's Men from 1949. And I also got the 2006 remake with Sean Penn, Jude Law, Kate Winslet, James Gandolfini, Anthony Hopkins, Mark Ruffalo, Patricia Clarkson. Up next, we have All the President's Men from 1976, one of the great films of the 70s with Dustin Hoffman and Robert Redford, of course. 2-disc special edition. Great film about the Washington Post and the Watergate scandal. Up next, we have Always, Steven Spielberg film from 1989 with Richard Dreyfuss and Holly Hunter, John Goodman. Up next, we have American Beauty, Oscar winner, of course, from 1999. Fantastic performances by Kevin Spacey and Annette Bening. Wes Bentley and Mina Suvari, great film directed by Sam Mendes. Up next, we have American History X, fantastic film, of course, with Edward Norton and Edward Furlong from 1998. Brilliant film, Lawrence Fishburne. Hard to watch at times, but yeah, Edward Norton is just brilliant in that movie. Up next, we have American Hustle from 2013 with Christian Bale, Bradley Cooper, Amy Adams, wonderful, Jennifer Lawrence, and Jeremy Renner. Yeah, fantastic movie. Up next, we have American Sniper, Clint Eastwood film from 2014 with Bradley Cooper and Sienna Miller. Up next, we have Amores Perros from 2000. Yeah, really good film from Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu. Up next, we have Anonymous from 2011. Yeah, a film about Shakespeare with Rhys Ifans and Vanessa Redgrave, Julie Richardson. Decent film. Up next, we have Ben Affleck's Argo from 2012. Absolutely wonderful film, Oscar-winning movie, of course, set in Iran. Yeah, Bryan Cranston, Alan Arkin, John Goodman. Just a fantastic movie about politics and making movies. Yeah, brilliant film. Up next, we have Article 99, good film set in a hospital from 1992. Really good cast, Ray Liotta, Kiefer Sutherland. Up next we have Atlantic City from 1981 with Burt Lancaster and Susan Sarandon, one of my favorite actresses. Up next we have Atonement from 2007. Yeah, really good Joe Wright film. James McAvoy and Keira Knightley, Saoirse Ronan, one of her early breakout roles. Up next we have The Aviator from 2004. Absolutely love this film, of course, directed by Martin Scorsese. Leo DiCaprio, fantastic performance as Howard Hughes. Yeah, Kate Blanchett, Kate Beckinsale, Alan Arkin, Alec Baldwin. Just a brilliant film, absolutely loved it. Good movie about Hollywood as well. Alright, up next we have Awakenings from 1990. Yeah, fantastic performances by Robert De Niro and Robin Williams. Deluxe widescreen presentation. Up next we have the Baader Meinhof Complex. Yeah, fantastic German film from 2008. Up next we have Babel from 2006 with Brad Pitt and Kate Blanchett. Yeah, fantastic movie by Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu. Up next we have the Basketball Diaries from 1995, early Leo DiCaprio film. Really good soundtrack that I have. Up next we have A Beautiful Mind, Ron Howard's Oscar-winning film from 2001, of course, with great performance by Russell Crowe, Jennifer Connelly, Ed Harris. Up next we have Beckett from 1964 with Richard Burton and Peter O'Toole. Up next we have The Bells of St. Mary's from 1945 with Bing Crosby and Ingrid Bergman. Up next we have The Best Years of Our Lives, Oscar-winning film from 1946 with Myrna Loy and Frederick March. Up next we have Big Eyes, yeah, really underrated Tim Burton film from 2014 with Amy Adams and Christoph Waltz. I liked a lot. Up next we have Big Night from 1996 with, yeah, really good performances by Tony Shalhoub and Stanley Tucci. Great movie about food. Minnie Driver, Isabella Rossellini. Ian Holm. Up next we have The Big Short from 2015 with Christian Bale, Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, Brad Pitt. Yeah, fantastic movie. Up next we have Birdman of Alcatraz, Burt Lancaster film from 1962. Up next we have Black Snake Moan from 2007. Yeah, fantastic movie with Samuel L. Jackson and Christina Ricci. Haven't seen her in a while. I wonder what she's been up to. Up next we have Black Klansman from 2018. Yeah, Spike Lee film. Really good performances by was it David Washington, Adam Driver, Topher Grace. Really good in that one. Up next we have Bobby from 2006. Yeah, really good film about the assassination of Robert Kennedy. Really good cast: Lawrence Fishburne, Heather Graham, Anthony Hopkins, Helen Hunt, Lindsay Lohan, William H. Macy, Demi Moore, Sharon Stone, Elijah Wood. Up next we have Boiler Room from 2000, I believe. Yeah, cool flick about the stock market and power brokers with Giovanni Ribisi and Vin Diesel, Nicky Katt. Ben Affleck makes a great appearance. I've always liked Boiler Room. Up next we have Boogie Nights, of course, Paul Thomas Anderson's classic from 1997 with Mark Wahlberg, Burt Reynolds, brilliant, Heather Graham, Julianne Moore, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and the like. Just a great film. Up next we have The Book Thief from I think like 2013 or 14 with Jeffrey Rush, Emily Watson. Sophie Nélisse plays the young girl. Really good wartime drama. Up next we have Oliver Stone's Born on the 4th of July from 1989. Fantastic performance by Tom Cruise, one of his best. Special edition, great movie about Vietnam veterans. Up next we have Boston Kickout from 1997. Yeah, really cool film, British film about sort of young guys getting into trouble. I think the guy who plays Rick on The Walking Dead is in this. If I'm trying to remember, I always forget his freaking name. Cause I get this guy right here. It kind of looks like him. I always forget his goddamn name. All right, never mind. Andrew Lincoln. There it is. Yeah, Andrew Lincoln. Yeah, he's in this film. So if you like The Walking Dead and you like movies about like British youths getting into trouble, Boston Kickout is a cool flick. And finally, in this little section, we have Boyhood. Yeah, fantastic film from Richard Linklater from 20. When was this now? Like 13 or 14. Great performance by Patricia Arquette, Ethan Hawke. I also have this on Criterion Collection. Alright, up next we have Boys Town from 1938 with Spencer Tracy and Mickey Rooney. Up next we have Bringing Out the Dead from 1999, really good film, underrated by Martin Scorsese with Nicolas Cage and Patricia Arquette about EMTs. Tom Sizemore, fantastic in that film as well. Up next we have Brothers from 2009, I believe, with Tobey Maguire, Jake Gyllenhaal, Natalie Portman, really good film. Up next we have The Butler, or Lee Daniels' The Butler from 2013 with Oprah Winfrey and Forest Whitaker. Yeah, I liked all the other actors in this who played various presidents over the years. Interesting supporting cast. Up next we have Butterfield Eights. Yeah, Elizabeth Taylor, 1960 classic, starring Lawrence Harvey and Eddie Fisher. Up next we have Can You Ever Forgive Me from 2018. Yeah, I got this recently. Really good performance by Melissa McCarthy and Richard E. Grant. Liked it a lot. Up next we have The Candidate from 1972 with Robert Redford. Up next we have Captain Fantastic from 2015, I think. Yeah, great performance by Viggo Mortensen. Fun movie. Up next we have Captain Phillips from 2012 with Tom Hanks. Fantastic film, directed by Paul Greengrass. Yeah, the guy who plays the pirate. I'm the captain now. Terrific as well. Yeah, Bakard Abdi. Really good. Okay, up next we have Carnal Knowledge from 1971. Great Mike Nichols film with Jack Nicholson and Margaret, Arthur Garfunkel, and Candice Bergen. Up next we have another Elizabeth Taylor classic from 1958, Cat on the Hot Tin Roof with Paul Newman and Burl Ives, Deluxe edition. Speaking of cats, up next we have The Cat's Meow from 2002. Yeah, really fun movie from yeah, about Hollywood with Kirsten Dunst and Eddie Izzard, Edward Herrmann, Carrie Elwes, Jennifer Tilly. Really fun film about old Hollywood. Next we have Chaplin. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr., one of his best performances ever from 1992, 15th anniversary edition. Great film about Charlie Chaplin, of course. Next we have Charlie Wilson's War from 2007. Love this movie. Again, by Mike Nichols, terrific director. Tom Hanks, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Julia Roberts. Amy Adams. Yeah, great film. Up next we have Cinema Paradiso, 2-disc deluxe edition, one of the all-time greats about the movies, from 1989. Absolutely wonderful film. Up next we have Orson Welles' Citizen Kane from 1941, of course, considered one of the greatest films of all time, with Joseph Cotton. Don't have to go into much detail about Citizen Kane. Up next we have A Civil Action. Yeah, good film, really good performance by John Travolta, from 1998. John Lithgow, Robert Duvall. Up next we have Cleopatra from 1963. Yeah, with Elizabeth Taylor. A lot of Elizabeth Taylor in this little section. Richard Burton, I watched this. This was the first film I watched from my 2013 movie marathon. Up next we have Closer. A lot of Mike Nichols as well. Another Mike Nichols film from 2004. Yeah, really great cast. Sort of feels like a play often, this film, with Jude Law and Julia Roberts, Natalie Portman, wonderful, Clive Owen, just savage in this film, that's for sure. Up next we have Steven Spielberg's The Color Purple from 1985. Yeah, tough film to watch, of course, with Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah Winfrey. Danny Glover. Yeah, that's a tough movie at times. Up next we have Coming Home, another great film about post-Vietnam War veterans, from 1978 with Jane Fonda, John Voight, and Bruce Dern. Up next we have The Company Men, I think from 2011 or so. Yeah, good film with Ben Affleck and Chris Cooper, Kevin Costner, Tommy Lee Jones, Maria Bello. I wonder what's happened to her in recent years. Good actress, so the past 15 years or so. Alright guys, moving on. Up next we have The Conspirator from 2011. Yeah, really good film by Robert Redford, about the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, with James McAvoy, Robin Wright, Kevin Kline, Danny Houston, and Tom Wilkinson. Up next we have The Contender from 2000. Yeah, really good performance by Joan Allen, Gary Oldman, Jeff Bridges, Christian Slater. Up next we have the 1967 classic Cool Hand Luke, deluxe edition with Paul Newman, of course. One of his best performances. George Kennedy, wonderful as well. Up next we have The Country Girl from 1954 with Grace Kelly and Bing Crosby, William Holden. Up next we have Crash, 2005 Oscar winner, with Sandra Bullock and Don Cheadle, whole host of others. Yeah, I didn't think it deserved Best Picture at the time. I still feel that way. It's a film that really hasn't aged all that well. It's not really that memorable as far as Oscar winners go. Up next we have Crimes and Misdemeanors, Woody Allen film from 1989. Up next we have The Crucible from 1996 with Daniel Day-Lewis and Winona Ryder. Really good film about the Salem witch trials. Up next we have Dallas Buyers Club. Yeah, great performance, of course. Oscar winner Matthew McConaughey, Jennifer Garner, and Jared Leto from 2014, I believe, or 13. Next we have The Danish Girl from 2015 with Eddie Redmayne and Alicia Vikander. Really good film. Liked it a lot. Got like 3 focus features in a row here. Up next we have Darkest Hour from 2017. Yeah, great Oscar-winning performance by Gary Oldman, of course, as Winston Churchill. Great companion piece to Dunkirk from that same year. Next we have Dead Man Walking from 1995. Great film directed by Tim Robbins with Susan Sarandon and Sean Penn. Up next we have Dead Poets Society from 1989. Great film directed by Peter Weir, of course, one of Robin Williams' best performances. Up next we have Dertsu Utsala, Kira Kurosawa film from 1974 in Russian and Japanese. Not one of my favorite Kurosawa films, but still great. Next we have Detroit from 2017. Yeah, a really good Catherine Bigelow film about the race riots in Detroit in the 60s. Very topical film at the moment. Really good, actually, that one. Next we have Diner from 1982 with Steve Guttenberg, Daniel Stern, Mickey Rourke, Kevin Bacon, Timothy Daley, Ellen Barkin, Paul Reiser. Up next we have The Disaster Artist from 2017, of course, film about the making of The Room, which I still have not seen, with great performance by James Franco, Dave Franco, Seth Rogen. Yeah, I still have no desire in seeing The Room, but I liked The Disaster Artist. Next we have Dr. Zhivago, absolute classic, of course, from 1965. 2-disc special edition. Laurence Olivier, just wonderful. Up next we have La Dolce Vita from 1960. One of my favorite Federico Fellini films with Marcello Mastroianni, Anita Ekberg, absolutely stunning, and Anouk Aimee. Little tied up here. Up next we have Doubt from 2008. Yeah, great film with Meryl Streep, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and Amy Adams. Of course, about the Catholic Church. Next we have The Dreamers from when did this come out now? I think 2002. Yeah, great erotic film from Bernardo Bertolucci with Ava Green, Michael Pitt, and what's his name? Cannot find it here. Yeah, I'll just go with Michael Pitt and Ava Green. But yeah, really big fan of that movie, that's for sure. Great film about the movies as well, set in Paris. Up next we have Driving Miss Daisy, yeah, Oscar-winning film from 1989 with Morgan Freeman, Jessica Tandy, and Dan Aykroyd, of course. And last but not least, for part one of this video, we'll end with Drugstore Cowboy. Really good film directed by Gus Van Sant from 1989 with Matt Dillon and Kelly Lynch, special edition. So that is part one of drama. Up next will be part two. Thank you for watching as always, and until next time, I'll see you.
James Bond.